picked up most of the parts for the GMC build. The only thing we didn't get was the hood, which it is completely my fault. I was sitting there waiting for like a color match front bumper, and they ended up selling out of the hood. So yeah, I guess we'll have to get one somewhere else. And we still ended up getting the chrome bumper, but my brother also needs one, and his is more of like a work truck, so maybe we'll do some trading. But yeah, I got a fender for him as well. All the bigger parts are there in the bed, and then we got the smaller parts here in the cab. And we are whipping the Rebel. This truck's not even complete yet, but it's already putting in work. This thing is super smooth. We're getting like 19 to 20 miles to a gallon, which makes me not even want to lift the truck. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and knock these miles out. We got like 100 miles back to Chattanooga, and we'll continue on with the build. Dang, that's a sick Jeep build right there. Oh man, what's he got, like 40s on it? Keep left. Atlanta's so confusing, man. I don't think I can ever get around here without using a GPS. And there's always traffic here. Really don't know how people live here. Now it's keep right, even though we gotta hit Chattanooga, so I guess I'm gonna hit right. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're gonna continue working on the 2011 GMC Sierra, and in the previous episode on this build, we pretty much got the front end disassembled, got a good parts list going, and then we jumped inside, took the seatbelts and the airbag module out, and got that stuff shipped out to my airbags, where they're gonna go ahead and get that stuff reset for us, and then we'll get the airbag light cleared. And the other day I ran to Atlanta and got all the parts for the truck. Well, everything but the hood, and it's completely my fault. So I was kind of waiting for them to restock their inventory, and I was trying to get the color match front bumper, try to give this truck more of that Denali look, and they ended up selling out of the hood. So it is what it is. I still ended up getting the chrome bumper because they never got one of those in stock. We're just gonna have to go with another distributor on the hood. So it is gonna slow us down just a little bit. But anyways, I'm super excited to get the truck back together. So first things first is we have to get that fender and the front fascia painted. So let's go back there in the carport, get that stuff painted, and then we'll just go from there. So we're gonna go ahead and prep the front fascia and the fender, which this thing is a little rough. I should have checked on it earlier and, you know, got it swapped out for another one, but it's too late now. We're gonna go ahead and scuff it up along with the fender, and then I'm gonna use some adhesion promoter on it, and we'll either prime it or seal it, give it that nice smooth finish, and that should do the trick. And then we should be pretty much ready for some base coat. So yeah, let's go ahead and prep this stuff up and get it painted. So I made a run with the sealer. I really tried filling in all the imperfections, which I did. It's nice and slick, except for this run right here, which we're gonna have to give it a little bit more time to dry. I got it out here in the sun, but it is late in the evening, so we're probably gonna have to leave this for another day. So we got the sealer down on the front fascia, which it's nice and smooth now, but I did have to give it overnight to dry because I had to wet sand some of the runs I made over here on this side. I really tried filling in all the imperfections, and yeah, I guess we made some oopsies, but the fender's all prepped and ready to go as well. So let's go ahead and mix up some color, get these two pieces painted, and then we'll move on to the clear coat. So I got some base coat down on the fender and the front fascia. We got like 2 or 3 coats on it. Got a nice coverage. So yeah, let's go ahead and mix up some clear coat, get these 2 pieces slicked in, and start getting this truck back together. So before I can install the fender, I do have to yank on this radiator support. So if you look at this mount right here, it got pushed over by about 1 inch. I took some measurements from the firewall, and yeah, since we got this other GMC on the rack, I'm just gonna have to work with the post like that. I think it should do the trick. I could kind of move this by hand. So let's go ahead and loosen up this bolt right here and give it a pull. Oh yeah, easy money. I don't want to kink it right here, but we're gonna go ahead and take some measurements. As you can see, the gap on the mount, it's touching now, so we're gonna go ahead and tighten that back up and probably do like one more other pull, but looking at it from here, it is looking good. Okay guys, so we gave a few pulls on the radiator support and we have this mount back in its position and got that bolt nice and tight. It was pretty easy to do since there's really nothing that braces it together other than the fender. And our final measurement from the firewall to this mount right here was 31.5. That's what I got on this side. So I think we're right on the money. And then let's see, well, it actually needs a little bit more work right here, but I don't think it's gonna affect the way this fender mounts. Well, I guess we'll find out. I did also run to the junkyard. Okay guys, so we found our cooling reservoir. I don't even have to take this thing off. All the tabs are still good. We just have to take this one hose off, and it's got some antifreeze in it, so I know it's solid. And yeah, this thing is coming off a Cadillac. This is a 2011, but they're pretty much the same on all the GM SUVs, the Silverados. But the front end does have a few different brackets, so we're gonna have to find a truck to get one of those. I wonder if this hood might even be the same, but I don't think it is. But yeah, we're gonna do a little bit more shopping around for the brackets up front here, take this cooling reservoir, and I guess we'll head back to the house. Picked up a used coolant reservoir since, you know, I've had to plastic weld this one just to kind of keep the truck moving around. But yeah, here's the fender. It's been cooking up in the sun, so it should be nice and dry. I did make a few runs on it. I don't know if you could tell. It's kind of hard to see on this silver. It doesn't look as shiny, but I think hopefully the paint will line up since it was painted stick. But yeah, let's go ahead and take this battery and the tray off and get this fender mounted. So I got the fender installed and that's on there for good. We got all this right here buttoned up. Got the cooling reservoir replaced, you know, got the hood hinge on. And yeah, I was pretty stoked. At first I thought the color was spot on, but after reviewing the footage from the other day, the camera was picking up a different shade on the fender with the truck outside. But I don't know, when I get up close, that to me right there is like right on the money. So I don't know if it has to do with like fresh paint or whatnot, but we're still gonna color sand and buff it out. Like I said, I made a few runs in it. So hopefully that right there will help out with like the color match. And I guess if that doesn't help, we're gonna have to repaint and blend onto that door, which either way, the fender needed to be trimmed out and back on the truck. So that's that. Right now we're gonna move on to our headlights. So I got a new set right here. Same style though. I think these look pretty sick. What do you guys think? I mean, there's better looking headlights, don't get me wrong, but for the price, I think we did just right. And then after that, we're gonna move on to our bumper. So I got all new brackets right there. The only thing we're gonna be using from the old bumper is like the bolts and clips and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and set up this time lapse and get this front end back together. So check this out, guys. We got the bumper installed for good. We still have to do a little bit of adjustment on it. I think it needs to come over. It's supposed to be like flush with that bracket there. And it's got to come up over here on this side, which we haven't screwed it on with that final bracket. But we'll do that once we start mocking up our fascia, which I've kind of used the old one right here. But check out that grill, boys. It wasn't the exact spec I was looking for, but I think this one is classified as like a Denali. I was looking for a little bit better one, but I just couldn't find one on eBay. Kind of like what the previous guy was running on it. You see how it's got an indention right there? I think it looks a whole lot cleaner, but it's all right. This thing is pretty sick already. And we also went ahead and wired up our headlights. So those took forever, guys. And the way I wired them up, I'm fixing to flick them on and show you. I pretty much got the halos and these lights right here set up as like a DRL. It's pretty much resembles like a newer car. And the way I did it was I found this fuse right here, which is I think number 42, and it's the miscellaneous ignition fuse. So pretty much anytime you got the key in the ignition and the truck is started, you're gonna get more of that DRL effect, kind of like what they do on the newer cars. Instead of having to turn your parking lights on or the headlights on completely. He did bake his headlights, and he installed this little ballast right there. If you see, it goes inside. I'm not really sure what that does, but what we're gonna do is go ahead and order some LED bulbs on Amazon, and we'll have like that xenon look. Probably go with like a bright white, like a 65K or something like that. And yeah, the bumper's not completely adjusted just yet. We still have to bolt on this last bracket over here, but we're gonna adjust it once we start throwing our fascia on, which I did mock up the old one. We still gotta work with the new one right over there. Take some of those brackets off, which are kind of broke on some places, but Certifit didn't have it when I was getting all the other parts, and like on eBay, you'd be paying like more for shipping than what the part is worth. So we're just gonna, you know, work with what we got. And yeah, we also got our airbags in right over here, so we'll get those installed tomorrow. I did a little shopping today. Got me this heated hoodie and this long sleeve shirt, so I'll be nice and cozy in the winter. Also got me this nice impact right here, which is like the 250 torque. It's a lot stronger than this one right here. Yeah, a little off topic. Anyways, we're probably gonna continue on tomorrow in the morning. Okay guys, so we got the front clip back together on the GMC. You know, other than a few other things, which, you know, obviously the hood, we'll get that in the next episode and take care of that. And then I still want to tighten up this gap on the front bumper right here.
I mean, I think it looks fine.
Oh, it does compared to your trucks, but I want to get it back to OEM, which there's just a lot of tweaking, so we'll get
He's been tweaking with it all day, guy.
We'll get it done off camera. But yeah, moving on to this side right here. You know, I still need to order the fender liners, which these were good, but the way they trimmed them out, like if you look right here, we're gonna do some trimming on that just to give it some more clearance, but we're gonna throw some new ones on there. And then I also want to throw some fender liners or fender flares on there, but I just don't like the style they have like with the big bolts. I kind of want to go with more of the OEM style like we are on the Ram.
Oh yeah, it would look good, but I do spot something on the fender here.
Oh, I showed him that run.
You got a heavy run going on.
Yeah.
What happened there?
Niagara Falls right there, but we're gonna go ahead and get that buffed out. I don't know what happened, but it's kind of hard to see on the silver, and I told him that the paint doesn't really match up, but once we get it color sanded,
then you're kind of chipping your paint right there.
Yeah, I mean, what do you want? That's did you show him that dent?
Oh, I told you that I was gonna show, man. And he wanted that fender that I ended up not even using. I fixed my old one.
And I bought it for you. So
and he bought it.
So, I mean, yeah, I was kind of debating on whether or not I should fix that. I was like trying to get it blocked out, but at the end it still showed. I mean, who cares? It's a truck after all. But yeah, I'm trying to do better. And then I guess, yeah, right here, this fitment right here, that's just
probably either the headlights or Taiwan fender. Could be both.
Taiwan fender, because I think this, like, I mean, look at this side right here. It seems to like end perfectly right there, but yeah, you're not recording.
What do you mean? I am recording.
But anyways, that's gonna be a wrap for today. If you did enjoy the episode, be sure to drop a like on it, and if you are new on the channel, hit that subscribe button. Also, drop any comments you have down below, and give us a follow on Instagram at DannyTV. Thanks for tuning in. Peace out.